Exactly 2 years ago to the day, June 3rd, 2018, Dalton, aka NerdyMadness, narrated one of the early Debunked episodes. A few months ago, he contacted me again about possibly redoing this exact video with the same script just to see how much his narration has changed. I, of course, agreed. No, Debunked is not really coming back, this is just a special occasion, and who knows, perhaps we'll do this again in another 2 years' time. That being said, enjoy this trip 2 years back in time.
Hello! Today's episode of Debunked is going to be somewhat different than what you're used to. You're probably wondering who I am. I'm NerdyMadness from the GP2 Enthusiast Discord server, and I'll be taking over this channel while GP2 Enthusiast Man is away. Don't ask what happened to him, what really matters is that today's video is just awful. It attempts to scare people away from the roller coaster and theme park industry, which we all enjoy. On that note, let's hop right into the debunking.
Every summer, millions of children, teenagers, and parents head to their local amusement park seeking a fun-filled day of thrills. Most people, especially younger people, don't really consider how dangerous just being at an amusement park can actually be.
What many people don't realize is that you are actually far safer at an amusement park than you are on the highway to get to the park. Additionally, take note of the movie clips that were used, because you're going to be seeing a lot more of those in this video.
Yet every season, the reports come pouring in of people seriously injured or horrifically killed while enjoying a day at the amusement park.
No, they don't. Each year, there is an average of about 2 deaths at amusement parks across the world. When you consider that this number also includes foreign countries with less safety standards, you will soon realize that amusement parks are indeed quite safe.
Skyhawk is the world's tallest screaming swing.
It's a scream and swing, not a screaming swing.
At 125 feet, it has 2 giant arms that swing rides at speeds up to 60 miles per hour.
I believe you meant riders, not rides. When a video like this already mispronounced 2 things only seconds into the video, I think it truly shows you how little they actually know about amusement parks.
On July 28, 2014, one of the cables snapped and struck a mother and her daughter. The mother was taken to the emergency room.
Again with the movie clips. Yes, the Skyhawk incident was unfortunate, but nothing major. One person was released on scene and the other was taken to the hospital at the park's request as a precaution. This was not a major incident.
Where she was diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury.
No, she was not. She was only taken to the hospital for evaluation. She had minor injuries and was released from the hospital that same day.
Directly following the accident, the ride was shut down for an investigation. The ride reopened on August 1st, 2014. There was a horrific scene at Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom.
This clip is from the Superman Tower of Power at Six Flags Over Texas, which is an entirely different ride than the one that formerly operated at Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom. This tower was manufactured by S&S, while the one at Kentucky Kingdom was manufactured by Intamin.
In the summer of 2007, the accident occurred on the Superman Tower of Power, which is essentially a free-fall thrill ride about 200 feet high.
It was actually 177 feet tall, but whatever.
The ride was operating as normal until a cable snapped and gruesomely severed the legs of a 13-year-old.
Once again, you're showing an entirely different ride.
Named Caitlin Lassiter, cutting off her feet at the ankles. 4 rides, including the Superman ride, were closed due to the horrific scene in the park.
You need to be a bit more specific. 4 drop tower rides were closed across the Six Flags chain, not 4 rides at Kentucky Kingdom. Next!
In June 2008, 17-year-old teenage boy is hurt by the Batman ride.
It's Batman, the ride, not the Batman ride.
In Atlanta's Six Flags Over Georgia theme park, the boy was not riding the Batman roller coaster at the time of his death. He was instead struck by the coaster after he entered the restriction zone of the ride.
And this is the park's fault. How?
Officials claim that the boy jumped 2 separate safety fences in an attempt to find a lost hat.
Exactly! He crossed the clearly inscribed barriers, therefore, this was on his own accord. Next!
In July 2001, at Blackpool's Pleasure Beach in Lancashire, England, an 11-year-old boy named Christopher Sharrett was killed after falling out of the Space Invader ride.
First of all, this video is of a completely different ride. Second, the boy in question, despite safety warnings, stood up on the ride, which allowed him to slip out of his restraint. This was an unfortunate incident, but it was his choice to stand after being instructed to remain seated. Next!
On August 7, 2016, a horrific accident at Schlitterbahn Water Park in Kansas City.
I will give credit where it is due. This was actually a result of the park making several mistakes. However, this video is titled 5 Tragic Theme Park Accidents, and yet it includes this reference to a water park. Next!
The Varuk slide has since been closed and is not expected to reopen for the rest of the year.
Wow, that was an abrupt ending. Feel free to submit GP videos you see to the link in the description, and also be sure to join our Discord to be notified of future live streams. I'm NerdyMadness, and this has been Debunked.